So previous record was we did everything here in our Damnation Plan studio particularly.
There were some great ideas that have much faster processes, how to record albums instead of the earlier process which we had. It didn't quite go like that in the end. I was a bit hesitant that would I be able to record professional level drums here at the rehearsal studio, which is enough good to be considered for a professional sounding album.
The reception when we went on stage was phenomenal.
We were the last band of the second stage before Evergrey, finishing the day on the main stage.
The Dark River Festival was a great experience. We upgraded our live setup in a way that we are more convenient, more efficient in building the way that the band's supposed to build up.
Recording our things now. We are in the process of recording one of the songs which is called We Ain't Telling You. That's good.
Good name.
Good to know. And gaze into the new horizon.
Pretty demanding task to basically set up a video shoot or kind of like an acting movie or music video setup in a different country where you need to fly in with all the gear. Again on this album we have our go-to session synth players Jussi Kuloma in Tampere and Jari Pailama here in Helsinki area to do the synth tracks in addition to our synths what we have prepared. So we chose 5 songs to record for this album. We had some maybe 10 candidates and chose to record 5 of them. We had this goal to record everything right away during that time, and some of us were able to follow basically this strict timeline to somewhat at least, and by the summer of 2020 we had everything else recorded except the vocals and then and some of the solos, and also we missed the basses because Jukka, our previous bass player, left the band, and it took a while to find a replacement for it. And then we found a new bass player. Jaakko got interested to play with us, and we gave him a go. And he's basically a veteran bass player, been drowned in many projects.
The recording of this album was started out as a pretty standard bass consulting gig. We transferred ideas via email and then we had some sessions and some discussions with Jarkko about what he wanted. And then I delivered my part and edited those together and delivered the tracks. That was basically how it went.
Went pretty smoothly because I recorded my guitars in my home studio. But of course there was some issues, some not so easy parts took some time to learn them. I was recording my guitars by myself at my home studio. Only difference was that I didn't record Antti's guitars this time. I didn't record bass guitars this time.
The difference was that I was living in Lapland by the time we got to the recording parts. So the earlier ones I used to go to Jarkko or Kalle's place to record, but this time it was just me in my small room in Lapland, Rovaniemi. And I think that you can actually hear the like Laplandish feelings in my solos and leads. Yeah.
So previous record was, as particularly was that we did everything here in our studio, in Damnation Plan studio particularly. And the recording process was slightly different because in the beginning I recorded things at my previous studio place. And that's where we recorded The Whale of the Sea. And then later on turned out to be that I wanted to have everything done in one place. So, which apparently didn't happen because I did record some backing vocals in Saudi Arabia and then wanted to do some backing vocals in Pakistan as well. But like things changed and all that kind of stuff. So things started to vary a lot. But then later on, we did everything in my studio, at least at one place, so that the lead vocals and doubles, the triples or the quads or how many ever tracks that we wanted to do, we just did it in one place. So this has more characteristics to the point that I had been around the world and seen this album traveling with me and then trying to get things done. And of course it took me a long, this is definitely the album that has taken me ever the longest time to do.
Never-ending search for a new horizon, dictating always.
On the early albums, it costed maybe 2,000 to 3,000 euros to record and kind of have also edited the drums to a certain point in a studio. And this time we thought that, okay, these times the technology has evolved so much that we could be doing ourselves much faster pace. And also there were some great ideas that we have much faster processes, how to record albums instead of the earlier process which we had. And it didn't quite go like that in the end. And I think it was a little bit naive idea that we would be able to also create, while recording demos and pre-production, that we would already then immediately record with the right ready final album recording settings. And so I basically recorded the drums with electric drums for these release songs 3 years ago, I think. And then we had this other mixing guy who we were considering to work with, especially with the electronic drums perspective, to get good enough sounds and actually good sounds, good production, good well-produced drum sounds for this album with the samples. But in the end, overall, it didn't work out so well for us. And then we decided to change the mixing guy. And then we found Miro. He was suggested, I think Asim suggested him. And he gave a go for the mixes, and we saw the potential there and decided that let's go with him then to this mix. We had all the songs ready except the vocals for the 4 other songs and some of the solos. Solos we completed in 2021, the last bits of solos.
The solos on this album, well, at least I hope they sound a bit better and technically, and that you can actually hear the feeling in playing much more, because of course I've been practicing as much as I have been able to.
Antti, onko sulla joku ongelma? Do you have some problem?
Ongelma.
Niin, sano vaan.
Niin tämän jälkeen ei lyödäkään enää tänne, kun tullaan takaisin ylös. Vaan tohon pull-offina. Niin tää haluu silti vetää sen tohon.
Antti, are you ready to take the final take now? Ei oikein kysymys. Mitä tää? Onko se vähän... Olisiko toi parempi? Joo. Ei se paha, eikä se hasuta joo. Ihan hyvähän se on.
Joo.
Sitten toi seuraava.
Ota klikki pois hetkeksi.
No.
Joo.
Otto.
Meanwhile, we did one time that I took this one cabin place in the middle of kind of nowhere, and then I was left there by Jarkko for 2 weeks. No, for 1 week at least. 4 or 5 days, yeah, something like that. So this record has had like everywhere, basically, I can think of. I've written lyrics on the airplane going to USA. I've written lyrics and ideas when I'm going to Germany, like Saudi Arabia, and then Pakistan as well. So it's this record has seen the world before it's released. Yeah, something like this. I kept on forgetting this because as this was not the idea that I had in mind, so
Yeah.
Like recording wise and so on, we could do it from the studio because that would be the most important part.
Yeah.
Because here it would not be the best to showcase that.
Right.
And
Traveled far in search of myself. Distance has shattered me to the core. The scattered scars keep on piling on my shell. Will I ever find a cure anymore? The rage in me.
we are here in Mäntsälä, which is a place about an hour drive from Helsinki, and in the area of Mäntsälä it's a city called, or actually a village, or you can just call it whatever. It's called Selänkä, and we have rented the place here for me to do pre-productions of the album, vocals, lyrics, and doing some self-meditation. And while I've been at it, it's been an amazing experience because I've been able to self-reflect on many things, and I've been able to get the inspiration away from the regular routine that I usually have back in Helsinki, or the whole area basically, you know, due to the pandemic, having to do a lot of having to start the Twitch channel and start the streaming aspect and working on different things, this and that. So it's been like a crazy last year in that sense, that there had been unsurety of many things. But eventually it became like a peace of mind by being in this place and being away, and generally when you have something new and exciting to work with, knowing that I can't go anywhere, the closest shopping center or even a small kiosk is 7 kilometers away, so it was the best thing that I was just locked into this one vicinity and just enjoy this, freeze my balls sometimes, work in the old school way. And now what's gonna happen is that I have managed to, you know, pull off certain things that I was not able to do for a longer period of time in my studio space. So now I have done that, and now it's gonna be going back to the studio and just pressing the rec and getting things done. So that is the plan. Section. But I was making some, you know, vocal production ideas that how I'm gonna place things and so on for certain songs. So.
That's done that way.
Yes.
And of course, as you see, this guy, very
That
important.
guy, very important.
Looking at me all the time. Very much like looking at me all the time. Like, look.
Oh yeah.
If I lose the glasses, maybe there might be.
Yes,
Some similarities, right?
absolutely.
Even I did not even open this book once.
Wasn't
That's-
needed.
Well, it wasn't
You
needed. He
did
was
it-
just watching.
You used the mind.
Yeah. It's just mind control, and that's it. He knew what to do.
Yeah.
My demons are colliding. Now it's just pressing the record button and going with it. So it's gonna be much faster workflow for me, because before what I used to do, or before how I worked doing things, were in a different way. So it's always experimenting how things work for me, and I've eventually come to a conclusion that always a kind of like a very strong foundation of everything is required from me when I hit the rec button. So it's in one flow, and that's what I've done with several projects before, and that's one of the reasons why I did just stuck with this idea for this album, that at least I want to do it that way, that it's not like in pieces and pieces and giving time and pieces and pieces and then giving it time. No, it's like once decided, once done, get it done. So the old school kind of method. And that's what's gonna happen now. So I'll be hitting my studio space and just hitting the rec button and going with it.
At first, the idea up till fall of 2022 was that drums for this album would be done with electronic drums and with samples, basically, to cut costs and make things much faster. We did those in time. In half a year's time, we recorded those drums. But then now in 2022 fall, when the mixing was supposed to be started again, as the vocals started to be all soon done, our mixing guy Miro suggested that is there any chance for us to get basically acoustic drums for this album? And a little hesitantly I said I don't think so, but during this time, while waiting for the vocals to be ready, there was time for me to, for example, set up this drum studio of mine to our rehearsal room here. And during this time to basically put also more focus on my drumming in depth in terms of engineering drums and like mixing drums, sound production for the drums, tuning and things like this. And now at this 2022, the time was ready enough that I was kind of there, a bit on the edge still, a bit hesitant that would I be able to record like professional level drums here at the rehearsal studio, which is enough good to be considered for a professional sounding album. So it's beginning of October and night time after work time, as often things go when you do a day job, and then for music later. I'm driving to the rehearsal room to see if I'm able to record the songs in the basic drum studio which I built during these 2 years. I don't know which day it is, but well, it's Friday, but today is the last song to be recorded still, Dream Dead. And let's see, how will the drums sound like in the end? It is starting to look promising, the mixing has started, so we are to see what will the final sound be, but it's looking promising. We have still a couple of issues sound-wise to solve regarding, for example, the snare drum sound and maybe a bit kick sound, a little bit the presence of cymbals, but it's looking good that we are able to do it in this recording setup which I have here. This means basically that I'm gonna start next recording, tracking the drums for the Dream Dead. First step for me is to tune all these drums to the exact hertz settings which I have tuned with the TuneBot before each session, and that's first. Then I'm starting to warm up and then starting to take recording takes. So basically my setup here is MacBook Pro and a little mixer. The music comes with this little mixer from the main computer, recording computer, and I have my Hearos in-ears here. I'm listening the songs and remote controlling the projects here with this computer with Ethernet connection to the main computer in this rehearsal space, and I'm connected to there with TeamViewer software to remote control basically the Reaper DAW on this other computer from right there when I'm taking these takes. Yeah, so before recording, I tune all the drums, and basically here is my miking setup for this album's drums. 2 mics for snare drum, SM57 and Shure, I don't remember which one, this is i5, and Shure, no, Audix i5, and then Sennheiser E604s. On toms, Rode mics for overheads. Kick drum mics, a room mic there in the distance, and that's basically it. Pretty minimalistic, but this is basically the drum setup of the mics I've been using for my own drum recordings for my YouTube channel and otherwise as well. So this basically has been enough, provenly enough to basically capture these drums for mine, at least the way I mix them. Let's see now what will be the end result when our mixing guy Miro is doing the mix. So it's gonna be today last song, and hopefully getting it done during this couple of next hours, and then it's basically mixing only to finish this release, which is nice. It's been a long overdue. Gonna be interesting to see.
You know, this whole creating vocals, recording them is a quite like interesting, sexy session. What? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Very well. Here we are. So all the white ones means that they are done, actually. So as you see, the white ones there mean, and they represent the idea of that they're done. That's a good idea. Good thing. Absolutely. So I'm going to be actually making the things which are bold letters. I'll probably make them red. All the signs we have seen have come true.
They have come true.
They've come true.
Yeah. Yes. Dave
have come true. Dave came through. Dave has come through. All the signs we'd seen, they've come true. A brutal reality.
That's beautiful.
Huh?
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's hot. That's hot, right? Brutal reality. As I dream. As I dream. It's flowing through me. As I dream.
That's a bit too Whitesnake.
As I dream.
Not bad.
As I dream.
That's pretty cool, I think.
As I dream.
Yeah. That's a better.
Scenes flowing through me as I dream.
We also played a gig at Dark River Festival in the middle of waiting for the vocals to be recorded. And it was a great kind of a cheering up thing in the middle of this kind of like more of a hiatus waiting situation. To go play there, we were the last band of the second stage before Evergrey finishing the day on the main stage. And
The Dark River Festival was a great experience. The reason for that was that we haven't done any shows for a long time, and then we ended up playing at a festival. And, getting back with the guys, and this was the first show that we did with our new bassist. So that was amazing as well, to see him in action and be, in front of the audience, and bit of a different look for the band as well.
First of all, it was the first gig in a couple of years for me, so it was pretty hectic because I have 2 gigs in the same festival with 2 different bands, and both of them were basically the first gigs for me with that band. The reception when we went on stage was phenomenal. I don't know if everybody in that festival saw that gig, but there seems to be a lot of people. So everything in that gig went actually pretty well. Of course, there are festival gigs you have like 45 minutes changeover time, and there's not that, everything needs to be nailed. So we practiced the set change a couple of times in our rehearsal studio, and we did prepare for the gig pretty extensively actually, and it was actually pretty. It felt so good to be on stage.
That was a really great day and a really great gig. We had the best slot because the sun was just setting during our gig. There was a lot of people, and the gig went like really great, and I personally had a really great feeling.
The whole idea for that was to encourage us to really push ourselves to finish the album, which apparently was the case, but then again, life happens. So it took me time, yet again, to get things done. And overall, I think it was something that stood to the test of time, that we are still able to pull off things the way that we want to do. And we upgraded our live gear as well. We upgraded our live setup in a way that we are more convenient, more efficient in building the way that the band's supposed to build up. And everything just was great. Dark River Festival was definitely one of the highlights of Damnation Plan that year.
Never-ending search for a new horizon.
Right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, we're going to start recording our things now. We are in the process of recording one of the songs, which is called We Ain't Telling You. How about that?
That's a nice name.
Sounds good.
It's good
Sounds
name.
good.
Good name.
You get to know about it yourself. The water's rising and gaze into the new horizon. Right. Vittu mitä paska.
I think we might have already enough takes. I think so.
Okay.
Let's go.
Falling for the sun. I have made it to the sun. Bleeding my soul just for your pride.
Not bad.
But yeah, the ending.
What about it?
It wasn't at the end. I mean, timing. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. to erase this from my memory.
As I dream, invading pulses of
I booked the trip first with the idea of some of the guys joining. First we went to Faroe Islands with Antti to location scout some of the places. I had already the idea for this New Horizon video back in 2020, I think, or 19, that I would like to shoot in Faroe Islands for this idea of the New Horizon, where the basically water's rising and the kind of only tips of the mountains are still left, kind of this feel and this epic setting. Always been intrigued by the Faroe Islands. So we went there to the location scout with Antti, had a great trip.
Lasted 5 days, if I remember right. It was really great just to drive around the islands and see new places and just amazing views, as you can see on the video.
And we also marked the places where we would be shooting the video, but in the end decided that it's too expensive to shoot it there, and we are able to have a better pool of actors in other places, such as the Iceland, which has similar quality locations and but still a more affordable prices and much more people to choose from than the couple of people living at the Faroe Islands. So, and then we decided that we would shoot the video in Iceland. There's still some shots from the Faroe Islands in the video, but then we shot the video in Iceland. The idea was again that maybe even the whole band would come and basically be part of the acting of some of the actors in the video, but then eventually only Last Mohican Kalle was able to come, and which kind of saved the thing cost-wise and also like management-wise, because it was a quite big project to manage after basically scouting all the actors and then at the location then managing everybody, shooting and directing multiple people. And Kalle was great help there, participating. And that made it happen. And it was also apparent that during the time we were checking for the time to shoot the video at Iceland, there was also the ex-sentenced drummer slash filmmaker Vesa Ranta happened to be there in Iceland at the time. And I've been working with him in his projects with certain band videos and other videos. So we decided that he would be shooting the other camera acted scenes in Iceland. A lucky occasion and pretty daunting task to create all those props and everything for the actors. After first basically scouting all the actors and then figuring all the logistics and this side of things. And also big thanks to Varustelega, who decided that they would be able to sponsor us for the props part. My girlfriend Anne as the production assistant also for the props. She was helping with that on the production assistant side. Great support and great help with that. To create all these costumes, figure everything out, figure all the sizes to people. It's pretty demanding task to basically set up a video shoot or kind of like an acting movie or music video setup in a different country where you need to fly in with all the gear and get it all kind of done in a kind of like a self-financed small budget and make it look big. Then we shot it, got it done, and after first postponing this release for so long, I wanted to kind of give back something on the scale that it would be somewhat rewarding the wait. Here at Kinos Studios, recording some videos. On a break, we're doing 3 songs at a time. Now we're in the middle of To the Sun, and next Under the Whale of Sea on the Cyclorama. So this is a sneak peek in to the making of these videos which we did.
Oh, that was a very exciting day, though a hectic day. Sure, Jarkko has worked like his ass off to be able to pull these things to do for the music video, and then we recorded these parts, and turned out to be, as me being me, There were difficulties for me to remember the lyrics. That was really like a very interesting struggle. But the whole video process has been amazing, and it was nice to be with the guys again, like after a long time, because back in 2021 we played at Dark River Festival, and since then we 5 guys have not been in one place. Process-wise, it just went very smoothly. I mean, this has always been the case as well. When we want to really do things and get the things done, the process becomes very easygoing. And then we had the photo shoots as well at the same day. So a lot was done in just a day.
The day in the Kinos studio was really busy because we recorded basically 3 songs at once. I don't know how many hours we were there. Like, was it at least 12 hours or more? It was really busy day.
Shooting the music videos, that was an overtaking that took quite a bit of juice out of my body. So it was really long days, 3 songs in one day, building the set, stripping the set down, taking everything. I really need to tip my hat to Jarkko for pulling that stunt off. So I don't know, I was pretty beaten up after that, so Jarkko must have kind of died or something.
It was pretty rough because I was in a fever, and the day before that we also did the preparations for the videos in the studio, and also after the shooting day we had to bring it all down, so it's house made all the way.
Now we are finally starting to have everything done, ready. Mixing is starting to be complete. Cover art still is to be finalized. We have 3 music videos shot, and hopefully in 2023 we would be starting to do live gigs again and putting at least singles, if not the album, out there. But overall, I'm really glad that now we are finally ready with this album. A lot of work was done already 2 years ago, then a lot of waiting, 2 years, and now also the very final climax ending, very like intense ending, especially for me to re-record the drums and then shoot all these music videos, and then what else? Well, basically delivering the mixes and things like this. In addition to day job, it's been pretty demanding, maybe the most demanding fall I've ever put myself into it, but I guess I'm always up for a challenge. Now a lot of materials have been created, now it's time to unleash them to the world, and hopefully we are getting possibility to pick the fruits out of this hard work which we did.
This album probably sounds a bit different than the previous ones.
Overall, I think this is the album which would reach many other people from different genres as well. So it's not going to be the album that's just going to stick around in the metal community. But I think it's time for the expansion of the band that other people can relate to, other people can be, able to listen to some heavy music without nonsense.
And hopefully we get on tour more properly this time to really play this music to the people instead of working it here around the dark catacombs of Helsinki area. So looking forward to playing gigs hopefully very soon, and getting to play to a lot of people around the world who are watching this as well. So make sure you support the bands which you want to be supported and whose work you want to see in the future as well. It's very important. Everything counts, likes and buying merch or participating in a pre-ordering campaign and anything. It's very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy our creation, and hopefully see you guys on tour someday.